ELTO stands for the Employers Liability Tracing Office. It's a not-for-profit body that was set up in 2011 to really tackle the issue of employees that were struggling to find the insurer of their employer when they wanted to make an employer's liability claim. Prior to that, it was a voluntary system in the market. Since we've set ELTO up now, we've made a massive transformation in terms of the quality of the information that we're storing about customers, which is really making it very easy now for employees, if they need to use the service to find the insurer of their employer to potentially make a claim.
ELTO runs the Employers Liability Database, and it's done that since 2011. So it's got every employer's liability insurance policy record on that database. And so if someone needs it, if they need to use it to find their old insurance records to make a claim, then you can help them do that. It also has 5 million old policy records from prior to 2011. So there's a real rich amount of content on the ELD to help people make those claims.
An ERN number is Employer's Reference Number, and it's provided by HMRC when a company sets up their business and starts employing employees. It's known as a payee number. It just identifies that workplace.
Why is an ERN important? For a number of reasons, mainly because it acts as a unique identifier for ELTO to pick up on the policies that go into the database. Also, the HMRC use the ERN as well when they've got inquiries about certain personnel on their work history.
HMRC uses the ERN when responding to employee requests for their employment history schedule. So that unique identifier helps HMRC, it helps the insurance industry, it helps the client. So that's why it's been so important, such a big part of ELTO, to identify and use that ERN.
The way we now obtain ERNs is working directly with HMRC to populate the ERN number with the policy, rather than having the insurance company rely on the employees letting them know that ERN. So it makes it much more efficient, and our population rates have actually increased to about 75% from 50% population, which just means that it's easier now to cross-reference and find that ERN number on the ELD.
As from this year, for any member of ELTO, which is virtually all of the insurers that transact employers' liability insurance in the UK, they now no longer need to collect this information at source along with other information that they'll be collecting about the customer, because ELTO will now do it for them.
For many years, ELTO has worked to try and make it easier to identify these ERNs, and it's been quite difficult. Not all the clients know where to get them from. And so we've worked with HMRC, we've worked with the FCA, and we've been able to get a new system of sort of data enrichment from HMRC. The FCA have changed their ICOB rules, ICOB 8.4, and that means now that the responsibility to gather the ERN falls on ELTO. So they make their best endeavours to get that ERN.
The breakthrough we've really had is working, therefore, directly with HMRC, because they hold this information at source. So we are now data enriching the database and not requiring that quite prolonged process of getting the information from the end customer through the broker, often through an insurer's systems, and then eventually onto the employer's liability database. We are getting it directly from source from the HMRC, which means that the information that we're getting is fully accurate, and we get it in real time actually as well. So it's a tremendous improvement in accuracy and efficiency, and it's by far the best way of getting this information for sure. We know through this process that we are getting the most accurate information we can, and that means effectively that anybody therefore that wants to use our database and uses the ERN as part of trying to find the insurer of their employer will get the best results they possibly can.
This change to our members in the industry is absolutely epic, and it's a milestone in the industry as well. It's known often when you can actually change regulation. So the rules of the ICOBS have actually been changed to assist the end user, which is our members. There's huge benefits and huge advantages there, mainly from a cost saving, a time saving, and obviously a lesser a burden of regulation.
This change is important to ELTO members in the industry because it's going to save them time, it's going to save them money, and ultimately there'll be a more accurate record of ERNs for everybody to use. So it's a really positive step, something that I think is a good news story for the whole industry.